What's going on, everybody? It's Nick here, and this is your third stimulus check stimulus package update video. Now, you might have noticed that I recently changed the name of the channel to Legal Pad Law. And the reason I did that is simply to make it a little bit more memorable for people. I figured that Legal Pad Law is a little bit easier to remember than my name, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the new branding and the new name. So anyways, moving forward with the news today, we've got lots of stimulus news to cover. First, over the weekend, the Senate passed President Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package known as the American Rescue Plan. The bill passed without a single Republican vote in favor of it.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 49. The bill as amended is passed.
Shortly after the Senate passed the bill, President Biden called a press conference to announce the news.
When we took office 45 days ago, I promised the American people that help was on the way. Today, I can say we've taken one more giant step forward in delivering on that promise that help was on the way.
So in case you were wondering, the final Senate version of the bill does in fact include a third stimulus check for $1,400 per eligible individual. Here's what Biden had to say about that.
Over 85% of American households will get direct payments of $1,400 per person. For a typical middle-class family of four, husband and wife working, making $100,000 a year total, with 3 kids, they'll get $5,600. I mean, with 2 kids, we'll get $5,600, and it'll be on the way soon.
Now, in order to get some of the more moderate Democrats like Senator Joe Manchin to vote for this bill, the Senate had to cut certain things out of the bill that were in the House's original version of the bill. This included dropping the provision raising the minimum wage up to $15 an hour, lowering the weekly federal unemployment benefits from $400 in the House bill down to $300, which is the current amount. And they placed tighter restrictions on who is eligible for the stimulus check, which resulted in about 12 to 17 million Americans getting cut out of the stimulus check, that third stimulus check for $1,400, who would have otherwise received it under the House's bill. So progressive Democrats like AOC and Bernie Sanders, they weren't happy about these changes. If you watched my last video, you know that AOC even criticized Biden publicly by pointing out that the $1,400 stimulus checks that his plan is sending out to Americans is less money than the $1,800 in total stimulus checks that went out under the Trump administration. Now, as President Biden was leaving the press conference, reporters were shouting questions at him, as they always do, and one of them caught his attention, and he actually turned around to answer it. The reporter asked Biden whether he was frustrated with the fact that the Democrats made so many compromises with his American Rescue Plan before passing it in the Senate.
Hang on, he's still going.
We're not frustrated. Bernie Sanders said this is the most progressive bill we've ever seen passed in he's been here. And the compromises were all compromises that didn't affect the substance and the essence of the bill. Going from $400 to $300 to the unemployment excess, well, it got extended to until September. The end result is essentially about the same. And so I don't think any of the compromises have in any way fundamentally altered the essence of what I put in the bill.
Now, during his press conference, Biden thanked Americans for showing bipartisan support for the American Rescue Plan, his bill.
But I really want to thank the American people for making all this possible. You say, well, how did they make it possible? Well, quite frankly, without the overwhelming bipartisan support of the American people, this would not have happened. Your elected officials heard you. Overwhelming public support. Every public opinion poll shows overwhelming support for this plan. And for the last weeks, it's shown that. Every public opinion poll shows that people want this. They believe it's needed, and they believe it's urgent.
Now, assuming the polls showing bipartisan support for this $1.9 trillion plan were conducted in an unbiased way, were accurate, and accurately reflect the larger Republican Party across the entire country, then there seems to be a disconnect between the Republican voters in the United States, who the majority of them apparently, according to these polls, supported the $1.9 trillion stimulus package and the lawmakers who represent them in Congress, because not a single Republican lawmaker voted in favor of this bill. So there seems to be a big disconnect between all of those Republican voters who were polled and said that they support this package and the Republicans in Congress who not a single one of them voted in favor of this package. Here is President Biden answering another question by one of the reporters about the fact that not a single Republican voted in favor of his bill.
Thanking the American people for expressing their support of this bill.
He doesn't get a single Republican vote, and what does the drama of the last 24 hours, including with Senator Manchin, tell you about the next 4 years?
They're going to be good. I'm going to succeed. We're going to succeed moving forward. Look, the American people strongly support what we're doing. That's the key here. And that's going to continue to seep down through the public, including from our Republican friends. There's a lot of Republicans that came very close. They've got a lot of pressure on them. I still haven't given up on getting their support. Thank you.
Now, because the Senate made changes to the House-passed version of the bill, the House must now vote on this new revised version coming out of the Senate, and it must pass it before it lands on President Biden's desk to be signed into law. Most still expect that this bill will be signed into law before the March 14th expiration date, when the current federal unemployment benefits are set to expire. That's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, make sure to let me know by giving it a like. If you don't want to miss any of my stimulus package, stimulus check update videos, or any of my other videos about law and current events in plain English, then make sure to hit that subscribe button below and turn the bell notification icon on right now if you haven't already done so. And of course, as always, thank you for watching.